on the Brains and Bars Facebook fan page. We're live on YouTube at Brains and Bars. We're live on Periscope for the first time on Brains and Bars, and we are live, I think, on my personal Facebook page.
Oh, we live on
So I
Periscope
can
too.
retweet it then, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's
If you
go.
go to,
Okay.
I just got the notification from Periscope that Brains and Bars is live for the first time. The
Let me
Arisha.
check that out. And
Nice.
Ward, we are still boycotting Facebook, correct?
I am. I haven't been on Facebook in months.
Okay.
I just try to
Gotcha.
get rid of it completely.
Really?
Yeah,
Why is that?
facts. It's
Well,
just
I mean,
it's
I'll be honest with you. I thought it was going to limit like my time on social media, but really, I just spend more time now on Instagram and Twitter. But like, I don't know. I just was at the time I was doing a lot of writing and stuff, and I was just like, I need to go on a fast from this stuff. So I took it down, and then I just got comfortable with not using it. So
Mm.
yeah, Facebook's just not necessary. I feel like it's cool, it's just not necessary.
and plus, when you're like vain and you just want to read all the comments about what everybody thinks about you on everywhere, like Facebook provides battle rap groups and like all these different places where in my mind
Yeah.
I'm like, they're talking about me right now. I should add it back, and I'm like, nah, don't do that.
I'm the opposite. I feel like Facebook doesn't feed my vanity enough. That's why I'm on Instagram a lot.
That's hilarious.
Ah,
Hilarious.
yo, that's
Instagram and
got the
Twitter.
modern ministry going. You always taking pictures and
With a caption.
Abercrombie and Fitch plug. You know what I'm saying?
Is this all live, by the way?
Yep.
This is all live. We're live right now.
Yep.
Got you. All right.
This is the
Good night.
podcast that does not rock with Johnny Mac anymore.
Man, that seemed like a lifetime ago. But yo, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to those of you who will be watching this live. Jesse said, "What kind of psychedelic background does A-Word have? Like your like?"
I told
He's
Oh,
hating
the
on my
backpack
picture.
one.
That's my
I guess-
painting, bro.
no, I guess so. Maybe he feels like your stream is on shrooms or something. I don't know.
Listen, I mean,
yeah, it's the thing.
maybe if I ever end up doing shrooms, I'll look at this painting.
Oh my gosh. But yo, welcome to those who are joining us live across multiple platforms. We're live on Periscope. We're live on Facebook live. We're live on YouTube. We're live a lot of different places. Welcome to another episode of It's a Black, White, and Latino Thing. I'm your host, A1. You can follow the show on your social media app of choice by searching for @BrainsandBars. That's Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also listen to every episode of the podcast by going to the podcast app of your choice. If you're on iTunes or Google or Apple Podcast, excuse me, make sure to give the show 5 stars, rate, review, subscribe. The more you rate and review, the more the podcast is shared amongst a wider audience. If you're on YouTube, share this broadcast, share the broadcast page. And yeah, if you're on Facebook too, go and share this broadcast while we're live. We're here for the next hour, talking NFL playoffs, recapping what happened over the week.
Playoffs.
And giving our predictions for the AFC and NFC title games. As always, I'm joined by 1/3 of the show. A-Ward, what's going on, man?
What up? You ain't familiar with me? Go to iamaward.com. That's my website. Catch all the battles, all the hyperlinks for my social media, music, merch, all that good stuff. I am 34% of this show, A1 being 33%. And Loso being 33%. And yeah, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in as we are live on Periscope for the first time. We got our Facebook group watching, YouTube watching, and appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm excited for today's show. I love football. If you see me looking to the left, it's because Tennessee Lady Vols are currently leading the UConn Lady Huskies at the half, 35-34. The spread is 13.5, and I may or may not have bet on it. So, but no, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. And then once again, as always, it's good to have the reason we do this show, the person behind the text messages that says, let's do this show. And the guy who always has to leave early, Loso Official.
The glue, the pillars, the
In
the
Tennessee,
foundation.
Pillars or what you lay your head on at night?
pillars, not
Yeah.
pillows. But the foundation. But yeah, everythingloso.com is my website. So if you like to go ahead and get everything that is not A-Ward, established, you come to everythingloso.com and you
Which
can
is not
find a
true
bunch
because
of-
there is A Ward stuff on everything.
There's actually, yes, yeah. So you know what? You don't even have to go to A Ward's website.
Just
It's
go.
actually everything Loso and A Ward at my website. So come here and get whatever you need. But
Most
thank you
things
guys, man.
Loso.
Yeah, I'm excited for this show. And I did take a huge spread last night, which I actually regret because it ruined my parlay. But I took an 11.5 spread, 11.5 spread, New Jersey. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I took the Brooklyn Nets.
Well, you wouldn't have won. You would have at least took him on the money line. I mean, you would have net.
Yeah,
you know,
money line, but yeah, that's right. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I probably should have just took Durant with the points or something like that. But
yeah.
11.5 is too much.
This is why I don't fool with the NBA and gambling for this very reason. Because
Oh no, man.
when you think you got it, so let's just go ahead and jump into this. Let's just go ahead. What I learned this week, last week, I said that that Cavaliers guard, God, I'm blanking on his name. What's his
Colin
name?
Sexton.
Colin Sexton.
Never met a shot that he did not think he should take. And then in the second overtime, he went Super Saiyan, lost his mind, was cooking
Facts.
everybody who stepped in front of him. 20 straight points. I think he scored like 42 points in that game. Double overtime win, shocking the Brooklyn Nets. Hey, Colin, I guess I can't hate on, they call you the bull.
No, he was doing it all.
Everything with everybody on him.
Yeah.
I mean, there was nothing they could do. So actually, I'll say that. So that's what I learned this week. Colin Sexton still has not met a shot that he doesn't think he should take, except last night. He channeled Steph, he channeled Jordan, he channeled whatever great score you want to name. He was last night as he was getting off. Y'all can hit us up. Go to Brains and Bars on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Let us know what you learned this week, man. We jumping straight into it. Ward, we already know you're looking forward to the second half of Tennessee. UConn.
Facts. I'll tell you this much though. As much as I hate Gino Auriemma, he's hilarious, man. This are you froze right now, A1? Are you
Why
just
do you hate Gino?
Okay, there you go.
Why do you hate Gino?
We can see you now. They asked him in the halftime. They said, Tennessee's length is bothering you. What are you going to do to change while you're in halftime? He said, nothing. We can't get bigger. That's what he told the girl. And she was like, okay. He said, we can't go in there and get bigger. He's like, yo, I'm dying laughing.
That's a fact.
No, that's what I'm looking forward to, man. Is this dub, hopefully.
All right, Loso, what you looking forward to?
This week, volume 7. Looking forward to watching some dope battles, hopefully, and obviously playoff football, man. We are here.
It is here.
And I'm intrigued with my Gators again. I was done with the Florida Gators, but they gave me a really, really good win that has us in tournament contention now, man. So we'll see.
They're not bad. They're really not bad.
Yo,
yeah, we had no one.
Yeah, we played terrible, but you're still not that bad. But yeah.
Shout out to everyone who's watching. I guess I was frozen for just a second. Speaking of frozen, shout out to Rosenberg Raw, who's following you around. It appears.
Who should probably let it go? since we're doing frozen,
let it go.
Go, come on.
Hey, bro, you should have got that a lot sooner, bro. He was just like, what?
My bad. I mean, to insert the Tay-Rock meme. Oh, I just got it.
Wait, is he watching?
Who knows?
He is. He said everywhere Ward goes, he's going. So
that's
if
hilarious.
You know his itinerary this weekend, he'll be in Warner Robins, Georgia.
No, next weekend. Hopefully not this weekend. Yeah, good. I ain't got enough rounds for this weekend.
Oh, okay.
So we going there next weekend, my guy.
So next weekend, if you want to follow him to Warner Robins, Georgia, pull up. Is it Wartown Battle League, right?
Wartown. Then the next weekend we're in Norwich, Connecticut. And then the next weekend we're in Seattle, Washington. And then the next weekend we're in Ontario, Oregon. So 4 of them joints in a row. Come on through, man.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So feel free. But yo, let's go ahead and jump into this, man. So past weekend, NFL divisional round took place. We're starting in the NFC, work our way to the AFC. First game we'll jump into is let's go Saints versus Packers. Saints versus Bucks. Forgive me. Had the Packers on the brain. Packers are victorious in that game. You know, they pull away at the end behind 4 turnovers, 3 Drew Brees interceptions. We don't know about Drew Brees' future, whether or not he's going to continue playing or not. Listen, Drew, when you broke half the ribs in your body.
I didn't even know you had that many ribs. How many ribs do you have?
I think 24.
Hey, he really did break half of them joints.
Yes, I'm going to double check that. But once you broke half the ribs in your body, I told you to hang it up. His wife posted all the different things that happened to him: torn rotator, torn plantar fascia, the broken ribs, and I might have missed another injury. And
did she post it after the game?
After after the game or the next day.
Then they did the same thing with Michael Thomas. He will go undergo 2 surgeries. Stop making excuses. Y'all were some bums out there, and y'all should have won.
Wait. In her defense, she was actually praising her husband. And she was just saying how he went to work, even with all that, and she should not have gotten an epidural during
my bad.
pregnancy. So she wasn't.
I'm not trying to hear.
I mean, I do think that there was some subtle giving him an excuse, everything, but that's what she was praising him though.
And my thing is, if you were that hurt, bro, you shouldn't have come back. Like, we're talking about your arm, which you use to throw the ball, your foot, which you use to plant to throw the ball, and your ribs, which you're exposed every time you throw a pass, leaving you to be further hurt. And no, you should have quit. You should have let Taysom or Jameis see if they could carry them to the Super Bowl.
Jameis probably could have won them that game.
Bruh.
No, stop.
Yes, he could have.
Bro, the Buccaneers weren't that good.
Breeze through how many interceptions?
Bro, and Jameis at least could throw the ball down the dang field.
And what do you think Winston was going to do?
He was going to take off with his feet or throw that mug downfield.
He was going to throw interceptions too.
I mean, but at least they would have been at least 15 or more yards down the field. Breeze could not.
That would have been Jameis out there getting that W.
They were up 20-13 at one point, right? Then the Jared Cook fumble happens, and then the game basically flipped from that point on. And I don't know what Drew Brees does. I hope he retires. I don't know. So I'll ask you guys, if you're Sean Payton, who do you hand the keys to for 2021? Do you give it to Taysom Hill? Or do you give it to Jameis?
I blow it up and I go get Deshaun Watson.
Oof. Listen.
Yeah, you got to.
I blow it up. I don't resign Emmanuel Sanders. I don't resign what's the DB's name or the safety? Is it
Michael Jenkins or
Jenkins?
Michael?
Yeah, well, it's Jenkins. There's another one too that they like, Marcus Williams or something like that.
Yep.
Just blow it up, man. You already signed Kamara and you already signed, I think, Demario Davis. Is that his name? Is that the linebacker's name? I think they've got them too or whatever. But yeah, man.
What about Lattimore?
I don't know what his contract looks like, but all I know is Deshaun Watson and Alvin Kamara with maybe just one good wide receiver. And then you could put some pieces together. You'll be right back in the same spot you were this year.
But speaking of disgruntled, Michael Thomas. So Deshaun Watson posted that I was on 2, then I took it to a 10 to show his displeasure with the Texans organization. Michael Thomas also, I think he retweeted Deshaun's tweet and kind of said, I'm in the same space. So is he kind of signaling his displeasure with the Saints and saying that he wants to get out of town? So, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
But now, I don't think Deshaun Watson is a viable placement for the Saints. I mean, it could be, but I read an article about them blowing it up and just finding a quarterback, maybe moving up in the draft or whatever. But I don't think Jameis or Taysom is the remedy for it. No, they might get you through the next year, get you to the playoffs, but they're not going to put you in a position to win a title.
I'll say this: Jameis would be.
Did a closet door just close? What was that?
that was a what? Yo, go get Trask.
There you go.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Shout out. I mean, my uncle said Deshaun Watson. So here's the thing: it's going to be hard to get Deshaun Watson, unless you are a team like one of those top 3 or 5
Dolphins. Give away that 3rd pick, the 18th pick.
I forget who's.
The Dolphins do that.
It's dumb if they do. They don't got a running back or a receiving core. What's Deshaun Watson gonna change over there?
What are you talking? They won 10 games with that same whack core. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying though. But
what I'm saying is like,
and Tua are not. I mean, with if they had a better receiving core and running back, they could have went further. Deshaun Watson, I think he's gonna suffer just as much.
Bro, Deshaun Watson was incredible with a terrible team around him. You give him a defense, You give him a defense. First of all, Myles Gaskin was not bad.
Yeah, you might be right, but Myles
Myles
Gaskin,
Gaskin was not
Gaskin
bad.
was good.
Preston Williams is not a bad wide receiver. Mike Gesicki took a leap.
I like Gesicki.
And I'm trying to think who's the kid that they just gave the extension to a wide receiver.
Lynn Bowden?
No, not Lynn Bowden. He's been there for a couple of years, but he just got hurt. No, not Jakeem Grant. I can take
Parker. Was it Parker?
Devontae Parker.
Devontae Parker.
Listen, they have a nice core. Yes, they need some other pieces, but from what I hear everybody say, the only value worth drafting in the first round is quarterback and offensive lineman anyway. So you can find other pieces later in the draft go after them.
That's a fact. It's gonna be the Jets. It's gonna be the Jets, the Dolphins, the 49ers, and maybe the Colts. That's gonna be the four teams. The Colts might pick him up, and then that might get real spooky.
Colts need somebody, bro.
The Colts pick him up. That might get real spooky.
Please let the 49ers go get Deshaun Watson. I don't know what they got to do to make it happen, but please. Oh my God, you talking about scary. But anyway, all right, so that's the first game from the NFC. In the other NFC matchup, you had the Packers taking on, who did they face?
The Rams.
The Rams. That's why I can't remember, because they were nondescript. They weren't that good. Jared Goff was trash. No Aaron Donald. And once Aaron Donald left the game, I mean, that was pretty much it. You know, this is the number one defense in the NFL, and they couldn't get anything. Once Aaron Donald was gone, running game started to flourish. Couldn't get any pressure on Rodgers. Devontae Adams was okay. Like he didn't get the 7 catches for 115 yards and 2 TDs that Mahomes.
What did I say? I think I'm going to go back and listen to last week's podcast, man. Because I think I basically was exactly right.
What? You picked the Saints.
No, I said Devontae Adams is going to get about 7 for 89 with a touchdown. And you said that's going to be a really good game. And I think he ended up with
he got 56 yards, right? And the touchdown, I don't really count it against Ramsey only because it was a 1-yard touchdown, bro. Like,
and he was in motion. They took the play from the Alabama game. They put him in motion.
I don't count that, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not counting Drew Brees' interceptions then.
No, this is
because he got tipped at the line of scrimmage.
But it was a 1 yard in motion. Like, you can't blame Ramsey for that, though.
Yep, you better get your tail over there.
Credit for the touchdown, but I don't count it as on Ramsey. I agree.
Yeah, that's why I don't count it. Yeah. So
it was on Ramsey. Ramsey needed to get his butt over there.
Look, so on Ramsey,
he had 9 for 66 in a touchdown. That's about what I said.
We just lost Loso. Please.
Yeah, it's because he's got a filter on. He's using Emerson Kennedy's camera, and now it says that we have to push the start-stop button to activate movie shooting mode.
Oh, there I go. No, but he only got what, 5 catches for 50-something yards?
No, he had 9 catches, 9 of them things.
That's even terrible.
66.
Yeah, so they did a good job on it. They did a pretty good job.
And a TD.
Yep, and that one cheap touchdown.
Get it in context, though, bro. Anyway, so
how much more context can a stat line be when you're reading the stat line? That's the context of it.
No, you can't. You got to say, like, okay, how did he score that touchdown?
Bro, are we kidding right now?
Wait.
Peyton Manning broke the record for the Broncos and threw freaking 19 touchdowns inside the 5-yard line. Nobody cares. He threw touchdown passes.
That's different.
We're just talking context.
No. My conversation is, do I discredit Ramsey for that? And I'm not gonna discredit Ramsey for a 1 yard.
But did Ramsey give up the touchdown?
No.
Yes.
No, he didn't.
He was late getting over there.
That was a scheme.
It's 1 yard. It's 1 yard. How can I be late?
If I go by you and get a layup and it's half a foot, does the layup count?
Bro, listen. No, this is a better analogy. If I get screen, if someone sets a screen in a pick and roll and you go to the bucket and you yam, Loso rotates over. He's in the picture when the dunk happens,
and
but he wasn't guarding you. No, he did not foul
me.
Facts.
That dunk, you can't say, I dunked on Loso.
Got dunked on, yeah.
No, you didn't.
Before the game, Loso said, I'm watching A. Ward all game, and he not about to do nothing. And then he was late getting over there and got boomed on, and he got boomed on.
Oh, my God. I'm not doing this.
You're terrible. Yeah. All right. So, look, Packers. Yeah, Packers
whooped the Rams. The Rams was trash. We don't have to spend too much time on that. Yeah, we knew that was going to happen.
Let's jump into the AFC. Jump into AFC.
You got something to say about the Rams and Packers?
Wait. What did I feel like we didn't really highlight Tampa and Drew? All you guys said was that Drew was terrible.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean,
You're gonna
let's be
dis-
honest.
Also, the floor is yours. Go ahead.
All I'm saying, all of you, and yes, you two included, when Brady went to the Bucks, you guys were not believers. You guys did not believe he was going to be able to turn this organization around. And you guys definitely did not call him taking this team to the NFC Championship game.
I don't know what I said they would do.
First off, I know what I said. I said they won't make the playoffs. And then I said,
Yeah.
I did
oh,
not say
yeah.
that part. I know
I
that.
said, oh, yeah, you get 7 in, so they'll probably come in and make the playoffs, right?
Mhm.
I'm going to keep it a buck with you. They have not been impressive to me still all year. I don't worry about the Brady and the Buccaneers. I do not. If there's a healthy Patrick Mahomes, a healthy Aaron Rodgers, I'm not worried about the
They had a healthy Aaron Rodgers, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers whooped them.
Yeah, and guess what? There was a healthy Drew Brees, and they smoked him twice.
No, yeah, the
I mean,
healthy Drew Brees, but we turned that
healthy-
around and we won.
Was he
A
healthy?
healthier.
I don't know. They definitely did. They lit Tampa up for like 38. But I'm saying though, but they saw a healthy Aaron Rodgers and they beat a healthy Aaron Rodgers.
I listen. If you're excited about it, we could put a little wager on this game.
And look,
I don't
they're
see-
they're in freaking the frozen tundra this week. But you're bringing the quarterback who has built his legacy off cold weather, bro. He's gonna be able to go ahead and take him to the promised land.
No.
Maybe. Shout out to the homie Dre. He said Wars on some shock logic with them not making the playoffs. Shout out
Wait, hold on. First off, Dre,
Three touchdowns.
I want to hear about that. When we talked about it back in the days, first off, this podcast was right after Tom Brady went there. This was not whenever Gronk, Fournette, and Antonio Brown followed him to the Buccaneers. Okay, so let's put that in context. All right.
I don't think that would have changed your mind though.
I would have changed it a little bit. I still would have said they were going to be like a 5 or 6 seed, but I wasn't going to put them in the championship. I mean, but at the end of the day, it's the playoffs. So, anybody can win a game or two and get there. I'm not been impressed. They have not dominated a team, or I've not been very impressed with the Buccaneers at all this year yet.
The Packers game, they dominated the Packers.
Yeah, you got to give them the props for the Packers game.
Yeah,
I guess I'll give them the props. It was the 4th game of the year, but I'll give them the props.
So since we're here, let's just stay in the NFC then. Packers versus Bucks this weekend.
Packers by 10.
Packers by 10. Loso.
I don't know, man. I mean, are we really betting against the greatest quarterback of all time against another quarterback against another quarterback who's made it out of an NFC Championship game once in his career?
Has he ever played at home in the NFC Championship game?
Whose fault is that?
In Lambeau?
Whose fault is that? And he probably has. He has 0 home NFC Championship.
Guess what? Brady has 0 AFC Championship wins without Bill Belichick.
Oh my gosh! Hey, Brady's looking lovely in that divorce, bro. He is looking lovely.
I don't know about lovely.
Yeah, Belichick is suffering.
I would say Brady fought Father Time a lot better than Drew Brees did this year.
So
but
we
this is what I'm saying.
Are we
really betting?
Straight up or against
What's
the
spread?
3.5.
What's the spread?
3.5. Favorite by 3.5.
I'll give you 3.5.
Yeah. Well, we gave the Saints 3.5, and look what happened with that.
Yeah. Well, Aaron Rodgers is not in the same situation. Drew Brees was basically weekend at Bernie's out there. Like they should have just been walking him around. This dude. Oh my gosh.
Tom, I know you watch this podcast, so listen to me, bro. Go ahead. Make sure, actually, forget about Tom. Todd Bowles, I need you guys to go ahead and contain Aaron Jones, right? That's the biggest thing. Contain Aaron Jones. Then, on offense, run the ball early, and then take some shots off that weak cover one that Green Bay likes to play, bro. Expose them. Mike Evans, Antonio Brown, Chris Godwin. Let's go ahead and bring this Super Bowl for the first time ever, a home Super Bowl game, bro. And then it's Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes. And Tom will be going through the ultimate gauntlet, which he had just beat Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes. And then he gets to go ahead and have his Jordan Game 6 Utah leave legacy type of thing, bro. Just leave the game. Don't play another season after that. So, yes, I'll take the 3.5.
All right.
$1,000 it is.
So obviously Loso has Tampa Bay.
I'm hoping.
So I know you talked about shut down their running game. To me, the X factor is going to be, can the Packers slow down the rush? Aaron Rodgers was under all types of pressure. He looked confused in that first matchup. And yeah, I mean, to me, can they slow down Jason Pierre-Paul and Ndamukong Suh, Devin White?
I think Vita Vea is coming back this week. I'm not sure, but I think
Antonio Brown playing?
He's game time decision.
Okay. Hey, and shout out to Ronald Jones. Ronald Jones, the best running back on Tampa's team. Every time he touches the ball, I feel like good things happen unless he fumbles. But
they don't feed him, right? They don't feed him.
Right. They don't. I mean, it's like he makes a mistake and Bruce Arians just forgets about him. Like he just gets out of here. Get out. We don't want to talk to you anymore. So I'm going to go with the home team. I'm going with the Packers, man. No offense to Tampa and Tom and the squad, but I just think that the Packers on a mission this year. I think they're the best team.
Did we go?
And I think they're going to win the game.
Did we pick who do we pick out of the Saints and Bucks last week? I know I picked the Bucks.
I definitely took the Saints.
I took the Saints.
Okay.
I took the Saints. And I was feeling good when it was 20-13.
I just think you guys also took the Ravens, and I took the Bills.
I think I was alone. I was the lone wolf on the Ravens.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I definitely took the Bills.
But perfect segue. Let's jump into it. Bills, Ravens this past weekend. Man, I felt so good when that game started. The Ravens were able to move the ball. They were getting into plus territory. And then Justin Tucker, you want to talk about like 2020 surprises, shocks. Justin Tucker misses 2 field goals, one of the most, if not the most automatic kickers of all time, misses 2 field goals. The Ravens defense held up. They only gave up 10 points. Lamar Jackson driving them down the field, down 7. I'm thinking they're about to go in and score. This game is about to get tight. He throws the pick 6 to Tamar. I think it's Tamar Johnson is his name.
Terrible interception, bro.
He stared him down. And once he jumped the route, that was all she wrote. And then pretty much once he got hurt, and some guy I've never heard of before in my life named, I think, Tyler Huntley. First of all, I did not expect Tyler Huntley.
I thought it was Brett Hundley when I first saw it. I was like, Brett Hundley's still out here?
Bro.
He was moving out there, though.
But he was nice.
But yeah, so I still do not believe in the Bills. I do not. Let me walk that back. They do not inspire confidence. They're a good team. They've won the 2 games they've played, but I feel like the Colts outplayed them. And had the Ravens been able to play better offensively, they would have sent the Bills home in their place. I want to say this about Lamar Jackson. I understand that, he has not fulfilled the promise of the MVP that he was last year. But people, we got to slow down. He's 24. This is only his 3rd season in the league. He's been in the playoffs every year he's been in the league. You know how many other quarterbacks can say that in the last 3 years that they made the playoffs all 3 years? In the AFC, there's only one quarterback who can say that, Mahomes.
Who is clearly better than him.
Boy, listen, that whole Mahomes versus Lamar argument from last year.
That was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago.
Like
that was last year because he was the MVP last year.
That was last year.
That was going into this year.
And yes. So, but now I'm not here to bash Lamar at this point. All I'm saying is in the AFC, only one other quarterback has made the playoffs the last 3 years. In the NFC, it's the cream of the crop. It's Brady. It's Breeze. It's Rodgers. It's okay, maybe not cream of the crop, but good. It's Wilson, right? So I mean, like
Wilson.
Oh no! Actually, you're right. Russell Wilson didn't make the playoffs. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. They've been in the playoffs the last 3 years. Kirk Cousins has not been in the playoffs all 3 years. They didn't make it this year. So that's what I'm saying. Lamar is up there with the best of the best when it comes to at least making it to the playoffs. He's won his division 2 out of the 3 years. Let's give the young man.
Can we go back a little bit and admit that division was kind of trash?
I don't know. 3 of them made the playoffs, bro.
And guess what? None of them got a win outside of their division.
Well,
what do you mean?
All 3 of them. Yeah, they won. They beat somebody in their division.
Well, no, the Ravens beat the Titans in the playoffs. They beat the Titans in that first round game. It was an interdivisional matchup between the Steelers and the Browns in the wild.
Yeah.
That division was soft.
But they had 3 teams, bro.
Yeah, you gotta.
What ain't nobody worried about none of them three teams. I take the Buccaneers over all three of those teams.
Why is that supposed to be an insult?
I
Though?
mean,
I'm confused.
You're not saying a lot there. You're not.
If I'm saying the Buccaneers, who are the second best team in that division, is better than all three of the teams that made the playoffs over there.
Nah. I mean, that's a good team, bro. Like that's a really you would have to say something like, "I'll take the Vikings over them." Like now we're kind of, I had to use.
I'm not saying that all three of them are not playoff type caliber teams like the Vikings. What
he's saying they're not worried about them.
Like nobody was like be honest, if Mahomes would have been in the game, we would have smoked the Browns, right? If we would have played the Steelers, we would have smoked the Steelers. If we would have played the Ravens, we would have smoked the Ravens, right? And I think the same goes for the top teams, like in the NFL. Like nobody was really worried about. They did not put the fear of losing a playoff game in anybody's eyes. None of those teams.
I think the Browns could have put the fear in a lot of different teams. I think the Browns just had the unfortunate. Had the Browns played the Bills, they would have won that game.
Hey, the Browns were literally one stop away from getting the ball back and possibly winning that game.
Bro. Let's go ahead and jump into that game.
Wait. Hey, before we do that, so all right, I understand that it's 4 years. It's only been 4 years for Lamar Jackson.
3.
And 3 years. And so he was 24. I'm sorry. He's 24, 3 years for Lamar Jackson. He has an MVP and stuff like that. And you're saying slow down on the criticism of him, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
But is he, I mean, I feel you too, because I mean, you're technically saying, Lamar, go get us a Super Bowl. Oh, and here's a tight end. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not giving you much. You know what I'm saying? We'll give you Mark Ingram and Hollywood Brown. It's like, okay, go do something. But so you would say slow down on the James Harden comparisons.
Yeah, it's too soon.
James Harden is the only, I think I said this. He's the only player, right, to make the playoffs for the last 9 years. And I know you were praising Lamar Jackson for that. So you're saying slow down on saying, hey, Lamar Jackson's great in the regular season, but he won't translate.
No, I'm saying Lamar Jackson is in his 3rd year as a starter. I think Greg Roman's offense stagnated a little bit. I do think they made some changes to the running game. I think Greg Roman's pass game leaves a little bit to be desired. Yes, Lamar does need to improve as a passer. Like I think those two things are intertwined and go hand in hand. I think they need to get better talent at the wide receiver position. No disrespect to Willie Snead. No disrespect to Dez Bryant.
Only thing good about Willie Snead is the IV on the back of his jersey.
I mean, I'm just keeping this.
Man, that has to be a bar.
Yeah, I know, right? I just thought of that too.
That has to be a bar.
But no disrespect to them guys. But
is Lamar Jackson a better quarterback than Phillip Rivers?
Yes, but he's not. Don't even ask the question. You know what I'm about. You know who the next comparison we're getting. You're taking Lamar over Kirk Cousins.
This is what I'm going to say to you.
Yes.
I don't want to get off on a tangent too heavily,
24.
but we just watched that quote from Emmanuel Acho. 0 All-Pro first teams, 0 MVPs, 0. You know what I mean? Lamar Jackson already got an All-Pro first team and an MVP. He's not going to, at the end of the year, when Hall of Fame status come up, have a 0 on his. But Phillip Rivers is a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson. Period.
Hate the way Phillip throws, yeah.
Man,
I don't like his throwing motion either.
Phillip's a better passer. I don't know if Phillip's a better quarterback.
The only thing, Lamar Jackson's a better athlete. That's it.
But Lamar Jackson can make some really good throws. I just think, no, he can make some good throws. He can make some high level elite throws. Like part of the reason he won MVP last year was not just because of the running aspect, but it was also because of his passing ability. He threw for I think over 3,600 yards, had 36, 38 touchdowns. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I mean, he was really good as a passer last year. But here's the thing, and I said this before, with Greg Roman's offense, when Kaepernick took the league by storm back in 2011, 2012, the offense was great. But ultimately, the thing that was Greg Roman's downfall, the Niners' downfall, is that they said the offense became predictable. And I think Lamar might have said that in an interview with Rich Eisen later in the season when talking about the offense when they were struggling. I think that it is incumbent upon Greg Roman and Lamar to get in the lab this offseason and come up with a better scheme to get players open. And, in the draft and in free agency. And look, I already heard people say Allen Robinson, Kenny Golladay, Marvin Jones Jr. Like I've already
the first two I like.
I've already seen them mention receivers that they should go after in free agency. Go get one of those guys in free agency. Go get somebody else in the draft.
But those are still little guys. He needs somebody big. Wait, is Galladay big?
Yeah, Galladay's like 6'3", bro.
Okay. He needs somebody like yeah, man, y'all better close out.
But anything y'all want to say? Anything else y'all want to say about this game before we jump into the Chiefs game?
No.
Were we impressed with Josh Allen?
He's just been okay. Like he's just been
in the playoffs. He's just been okay. He had a great year.
He's been okay.
Yeah,
I agree.
No. So let me give Josh Allen some props and some credit. Josh Allen, he said himself, he watched tape of last season, realized his accuracy was terrible, and worked in the offseason at being a more accurate passer.
Yeah.
He has been that. Having Stephon Diggs definitely helps. Cole Beasley was very nice for them in the off. Cole Beasley has been good for them this year, right?
Yeah, very good.
Like he's been aided by having a top 2 wide receiver in the league in Diggs, led the league in receptions and yards, and having a really good slot receiver in Beasley, right? But he's also helped himself by improving and being a better and more accurate quarterback this year. That is where the praise ends for me. Playoff wise, against the Colts, he was really good. He was good, right? He was good against the Colts. Against the Ravens, it was not the same thing. So that's how I feel about Josh Allen.
Pedestrian.
All right. Anything else we want to say before we jump into the next one?
Shout out to Bills Mafia, but ain't nobody worried about y'all either.
Hey, shout out to Bills Mafia for raising $500,000 for Lamar Jackson's foundation. That is a very nice gesture.
Very fire.
Y'all deserve a round of applause for that. So shout out to y'all. All right, last game from the weekend. Shout out to Mr. Ward in the building. What's up? What's happening? So last game of the weekend, your dad. Your dad.
Oh, he came through. My dad's on there. I can't. What's he on Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook. So he's probably.
What's up, Pops?
He's probably in the Brains and Bars.
He's probably yelling at the TV too because these Lady Vols ain't closing this dang game out. Let's go. All right, Chiefs versus Browns. The most exciting game of the weekend, right? I think all the rest of them were pretty got out of hand, and they were not close at the end. Yeah, I would say most exciting because Mahomes went out. Yeah.
Shout out to Moms in the building as well. Shout out to Moms in the building.
Oh, what's up?
So
you guys need to get support like me.
So 22-17 game, close game, controversial game at certain points. You have let's just start. I'll start here. The Dirty Dan Sorensen hit on Rashard Higgins. Let's start there. Should they have called helmet to helmet on that play?
Yes, maybe. I guess so. I just don't like that rule. I don't like that the other team gets the ball if it goes out of bounds in the back of the end zone. It's a touchback to the other team. Like, I think that's kind of jack. I think that's a terrible. But I think that maybe you should go back to the 20 or something like that. Like, for the team that fumbled the ball or whatever. But the other team, all they did was cause a fumble. They didn't recover the fumble. Why did they get the ball? You know what I mean? Like, that rule in itself is kind of trash to me. But as far as helmet to helmet, it was tough. It wasn't like as egregious as the Saints pass interference call, But I mean, once you slow a lot of things down in the NFL and you put them cameras on it,
that's the thing,
bro.
That's the thing, man.
I don't know how many times I saw running backs lower the crown of their head and just run over people this past weekend, and there was never a flag called until it's a linebacker that somebody's all pro linebacker that's on the ground hurt, and then you slow those cameras down. It happens all the time.
A1, wasn't there something that you and I were talking about during the Ohio State game? Did somebody?
Oh, the Skalski hit. Like, Skalski got thrown out of the game for lowering the crown of his helmet and drilling
Fields.
Drilling Fields, yeah. So I can understand why in that game, even though I don't necessarily agree with the rule of that particular play, because I don't think that he was trying to hurt Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Right. I understand why in that instance, but the Dirty Dan play, Like you do not have to throw a flag on that. These are two athletes trying to make a play.
Yeah.
Let it be what it is. If we're talking about him lowering the crown of his helmet and drilling Higgins while he's catching the pass, we're talking about defensive receiver. I'm all for that. But these guys are in the field of play trying to make a play, I have no problem with that. As far as the losing possession, I absolutely do not care. I do not. You fumble it, you lose it, there are consequences. That lesson, kids, there are consequences for your actions.
No, it ain't consequences if it goes out of bounds and it doesn't go out of the end zone. Like you fumble it and lose it out of bounds, you get the ball where you fumbled it at. Like, why does it all of a sudden matter because it's the end zone?
Because as who was that? Who was that who said that? Was that Acho who said the end zone? No, that wasn't Acho. That was Ryan Clark who said the end zone is sacred. It's a special place. Not everybody gets to make it to that part of the field.
Yeah, it's
to make a play like that, man, you lose the football out of bounds. And plus, here's the thing: we give the defense everything. We give the offense everything. All the advantages are to the offense. So I'm okay with the defense being given something. If you're able to make a play and it's a turnover, then by all means, defense, it's a turnover, ball goes to the other team, 20-yard line, let's go. And I don't care if that's to the Niners. I don't care if that happens to the Chiefs this weekend and it causes them to lose the game to the Bills. I am a staunch defender on that rule being applied the way it is. Loso, your thoughts?
I love the consistency. I have no thoughts. I mean, I kind of agree with A Ward. I mean, in real time, you know, it is what it is. But when you slow things down, obviously your opinion changes. And so, yeah, that's it. I mean, I guess we could transition into the Mahomes hit. If that's what you guys want to
shout out to the entire Ward family who's now in the building now. I think all we're missing is a cameo from Cannon, and like the cipher will be complete.
In the history of women's basketball, only one player has ever transferred from the University of Tennessee to go play for the University of UConn. Her name is Avina Westbrook, who is going off in the fourth quarter and getting us all the way up out of here.
Yikes.
Anyways.
That's crazy. That is that is a great trivia question. Like that is an Aflac.
Yep.
That is an Aflac question. All right. So the hit on Mahomes. I don't think the hit was dirty. Like I just think
Nah.
I thought something was wrong with his knee. Especially when he buckled when he stood up.
But you know he received a lot of death threats.
Word, Mac Wilson?
Yeah, Mac Wilson had hundreds of death threats, bro.
Listen, bro. I bet players only check their messages after they do something bad. I bet these dudes all had death threats all year long. All the kickers that miss field goals get death threats until it's in the AFC Championship game, and then they go home.
I
and they
know
get,
for a fact death threats. I sent some death threats to Dan
Bailey.
I know I sent me a couple, bro. It's like I have him as a template now. So whenever he just misses one, I just send that mug, bro.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's too funny.
But yeah, no, but Mac definitely received. But you know, he also sent out a tweet though, and let I don't know if you guys saw it, but Mac was just like, you know, guys, I'm not a dirty player. I hope Patrick Mahomes speedy recovery. And Patrick even wrote him back and was like, yeah, it's all good, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, Chiefs fans, I would like to congratulate you on your descent into becoming Patriots fan. The very thing you've despised all these years, you have now become. Every free agent you think you should get. Every time somebody is cut, they're like, "Can we get him? I think we can get him." Yeah. Why are we not trading for Quentin Williams?
It comes with the territory of winning.
No, you people are sore.
Yeah,
you people are sore winners. This is what we learned. You guys, Chiefs fans have been through years and years of misery. I've been living here since '92. I've witnessed it firsthand. I've been a shoulder to cry on when you guys suffered agonizing loss after agonizing loss. Then I root for the Chiefs, and only one occasion I do not, and my nightmare came true on the Super Bowl last year. Great game, tight game, close game. The Chiefs end up winning it. The first phone call I get is from one of my friends. Chiefs, baby, you suck.
Yeah, come on, boy. Come on, bro. Like, that's terrible, man.
Dog, listen, fine. I won't call you again, bro. My bad. No, listen, that wasn't me.
every at least once a week, I get sent that picture of the Chiefs celebrating, of the Niners celebrating after picking off Mahomes with Listen, I promise you, once a week that picture's in my mentions. Once a week that picture's getting sent
base,
to me,
bro. The worst.
Listen,
you guys
bro,
are sore winners.
at the end of the day, whatever team's winning, their fan base is the worst, except for the Tennessee Volunteers. They are terrible, and they are the worst.
Hold up, detour. We got to talk about this.
We take the cake, man. We take the cake, bro.
No. Now that you take the cake, you get the fries.
Wait, are you guys really that bad?
Bro, Tennessee's fan base, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
if they're ever good again, they're going to be insufferable.
Yeah,
insufferable. So we got to take this detour. We're gonna close up with the picks for who wins this game this weekend in the AFC.
Wait, before you said it, bro, can you just please comment on how the hell did they put Mahomes into practice? 72 hours later after the man couldn't walk?
Listen.
Well, first off, Mahomes is okay. He should have stayed on the ground for about 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to get up. If you didn't see him get up and wobble, we would be fine. Because everybody saw him jog to the back, fine. But it was the freaking crazy leg knee drop from Road Dogg that he was about to do.
It was the Zap Judah. And it was just that, like, I mean, when you guys just look at NFL protocol and like what a player has to go through, it's like, yo, all right, at the earliest, he's going to make it on Thursday. He's going to start being able to do something on Thursday.
It was a light run through. It was like 45 minutes on Wednesday.
Wednesday, he's in practice. And it's like, what? How did you pass everything else before that, bro?
It took every snap. So here's the thing.
Took every snap.
Now y'all talking about that wobble, and now you got me thinking about ill will.
Give me that.
Plus, I heard Adrian Bronner in the building. Now beat you up in front of him. Had looking like Adrian Bronner. Anyway.
Yeah.
But I haven't checked to see what today's practice was like. Has he passed the protocol? I mean, the final step is the independent neurologist has to clear him, and I don't think he's made that step yet. I'm assuming.
No, bro, he wasn't. First of all, if I'm correct, that step is before going to practice.
No.
That's the final step. The final step is getting clearance from the neurologist. You can work your way up and start doing limited practicing, light practicing, non-contact stuff. Then I think once you get the clearance from the neurologist, it becomes like the full practice designation, and you can go out and be with your team, right? But I mean, I fully expect Mahomes to play. Yeah. I fully expect him to play. He's the face of the league. He's the biggest star in the league. If they could somehow come up with some way to postpone this game for a day or two just to make sure he's at 100%, I'm pretty sure the NFL would.
Terrible.
But you know what? Forget it. The moment's passed. I'm not going to go back to the detour. Let's continue with the NFL. Continue with the game. So let's go to
Sorry. Keep talking, Warren.
So he bought a camera this week. He got all kind of fancy stuff going on. And now here he's back.
I've been had that.
So let's get to this game. Bills versus Chiefs, which I'm surprised is the night game, by the way. It's a night game.
I'm not.
Thank you.
Best player in the NFL over the last 3 years is playing. He deserves.
You don't even know if he's playing.
Dog, Brady versus Rodgers in a non-Super Bowl match. That's crazy. Like that.
Come on.
This is like Jordan on the Wizards against freaking I don't know. Let's say.
And that's another thing. Everyone thought Brady on the Bucks was going to be Jordan on the Wizards, and he's not.
Yeah.
Now that you know what? Actually, that's the one thing I said. I said
you did say that. Yep.
I did say that. So I'll eat the humble pie on that one.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody joining us on Facebook Live. We appreciate y'all watching. My uncle said you can't take out the face of the league. I mean, we'll see. We'll find out. We're going to know tomorrow, Saturday, whether or not the face of the league will be playing on Sunday.
So is it bad that I'm waiting to book certain flights? Because if he's not playing, I'm just going to go ahead and just stay an extra weekend or extra day on these certain weekends because I'm like, you know what? I'm cool. I won't be watching much NFL anymore if Mahomes isn't playing this week.
Man.
Hey, will y'all come to Tampa, though, if Mahomes plays in the Super Bowl just to be around the festivities?
The real question is, why don't you have an Airbnb that you're making like $5,000 off of?
I know, bro. I don't know if people would do that though.
In a pandemic, are people really
COVID? That's what I'm saying.
Right, that's what I was going to say. Are people really trying to come down there with all this stuff going on?
That's true. I didn't think about that.
I mean, Tampa's wide open, but yeah.
Come on, Ray. Let's go.
But so this is my thing though. If Mahomes plays, obviously I think that they're gonna win clear. But if he's not 100% for some reason, and I do like I read this somewhere, and they were saying that everyone thinks that the game plan to beat the Chiefs is to keep Mahomes on the sideline. But that's not the case. If you look at every game that Mahomes has lost, that just Mahomes has lost,
It's been
it has been a high scoring. Yeah, it's been shootouts. So, Josh Allen, I know you watch this podcast too, bro. Please sling the football. You're going to have to throw 40, 50 times this game, bro.
I mean,
Stephon Diggs, do your thing, bro.
Last week they didn't run the ball. I don't think they ran the ball in the first half.
They don't have anybody.
Nope. Mike didn't get a single carry. It's bars. It's a reach.
Yeah, I was like, are you going? Yeah, you going for the Mike Singletary? And I'm like, nah.
Maybe there's a guy named Mike Carey that runs the football. That's what I was thinking.
What is the? But yeah, name? It's not Singletary. It's Devin Singletary.
Yeah, Singletary.
Okay.
Oh, it's Devin.
Devin
That's what it is. Oh, there we go. It don't matter. Devin didn't get a single.
But yeah, you gonna like it needs to be a shootout, bro. And if it's a shootout, hey.
All right, Ward, who you got?
Mahomes plays, Chiefs by 8. Mahomes doesn't play, Bills by 4.
So I'm not going to do what A-Ward does and kind of hedge his bets. I'm going to actually make a pick. Yeah, so
thank you.
When I woke up at 1 o'clock this morning, a thought hit me. It occurred to me that we spent all this time talking about Mahomes' head, and we have not spent enough time talking about his left foot, which he injured in the game.
Toe, right?
Did they ever say what it was? I don't know. Like, I've not heard. I know Romo speculated that it could have been turf toe. We don't know. So I live in Kansas City. I've been here for over 30 years now. And right? It'll be 30 years next. It'll be 30 years next year.
Yo, put a hand in her face.
And I have, dealt with a lot of heartbreak rooting for this team, supporting as a supporter of this team.
Grab the ball. Keep going.
The last time I picked the Chiefs to lose a game was the Titans game, playoff game. Marcus Mariota, the ball gets deflected by Darrelle Revis. He catches it, runs it in, right? They go up like 21-3 or something. They don't score another point the rest of the game. And I am afraid for Patrick Mahomes and his health. I don't know how healthy his foot will be. We saw it affect his ability to throw the ball, especially to his left against the Browns. I don't know how healthy he'll be. And so with that being said, because I don't know how healthy he'll be, I am taking the Buffalo Bills to upset the Kansas City Chiefs. It does not bring me joy. Yeah, it doesn't bring me joy. And I hope I'm wrong. I'm going to be rooting for my pick to be wrong. And I would love to come back on here and say that I'm wrong.
That's a bold pick, bro.
Yeah. I'm taking Josh Allen and the Bills to win the game.
So A1 has Josh Allen and the Bills. Loso has Tom Brady and the Bucks. And Ward is playing it safe with going with Mahomes and Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see who's right.
Wait, who do you got? You got Rodgers or Brady, A1?
I'm going with the Packers. So my matchup I'm predicting is going to be Bills versus Packers. What I hope to happen is Mahomes versus Rodgers. Especially
but we all agree that if the Buffalo Bills win, that they will continue their streak of losing in the Super Bowl.
Yes, I don't think they're beating whoever they face, they lose to. Yeah.
Wait, the Bills have 0 Super Bowls?
Correct.
I thought they beat the Vikings one time.
They might have in the AFL or something. I don't know what was, but I know they got
the Chiefs. The Chiefs beat the Vikings in the Super Bowl.
Oh, give me that.
Yes, Dre, I picked the Bills. It does not bring me pleasure to do this.
Good board.
Dang, now you got me looking up Buffalo's history. But y'all let us know who y'all got in this matchup.
Oh, give me that.
Y'all got this weekend.
And one.
I'm about to mute A-Ward because he's
it's a 2-point game with 50 seconds to go.
I should if the game if I felt like the game would end in the next 5 minutes, I would actually keep us live just to get your reaction to see if they win or lose. But I don't think that's going to happen. Let me know who y'all got in this matchup this weekend. Who's your Super Bowl picks? Who do you have winning? Y'all can hit us up by going to YouTube and sharing and joining in the comments of this conversation. Go to Facebook, go to YouTube, go to Instagram at Brains and Bars. Who y'all got for the Super Bowl? I might throw up a poll maybe Friday and Saturday just to get an official reaction from those who watch. Please remember, go to the podcast app of your choice, rate, review, subscribe. Please share the broadcast. Please share this YouTube broadcast on Facebook, on Periscope. Continue to share. The more you share, the more faces we get in front of. We thank you guys for listening. EverythingLoso.com. I am award.com. Next weekend, Wartime Battle League, Warner Robins, Georgia. Loso versus Riggs. Shout out to Riggs. I am a fan of Riggs.
Loso's battling Riggs?
A-Ward.
A-Ward versus Riggs. Sorry, I was looking at Loso when I said it. A-Ward versus Riggs. Going down, Wartime Battle League. Shout out to Clone. Loso, I don't know what you got coming up battle-wise, but we'll be looking forward to that.
He's going to get him a victory.
Oh.
Know that much.
Oh.
Did you say a vasectomy?
No,
oh my God. So yeah, shout out to any battles you got coming up next. Until next time, it's been a black
and white
Latino
thing. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. I'll holler at y'all next week.
A1.
Yo, hold on one second. Let me stop the live stream.
Oh wow, that's unprofessional.
This girl just hit this freaking 3, man. That's some bull.